Hello everyone and welcome back to TheMadeMan in this lowest friendly San Andreas car tutorial series. Today on episode 4 we're gonna be making our wheels and setting up materials for our car to prepare for the conversion into a San Andreas fully functional San Andreas car. So before we start, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, support me via Patreon, all this stuff. Also, something I forgot all the time. You gotta put your own music and enjoy. Okay, I am not gonna put any music. I don't want copyright, and you can choose your own music. That's why I don't have music in my videos. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so first thing is we're gonna make the wheels, right? And so this is what we have here. This is our Camry, of course, the car that we'll be making, that I will be making, and I will choose their normal views, OEM views, whatever they call it. And so you gotta search for some views, and there'll probably be like some website selling the OEM style views, and this is what I found, exactly the same as this. So I'm gonna be making this. And so to start, first of all, we can make our cylinder right here, and then make it 12 sides. That's basically what San Andreas views are. So they have 12 sided. They are 12 sided basically, and maybe we just make a triangle fan for the middle, so we have like a dot in the middle, whatever. And so then we rotate y axis 90 degrees, and then we move the cylinder to the center of the wheel, and then we just scale it down like this until it's like the same size as the blueprint. Something like this should do. And then we have this in the front, and let me just do this. Let's do a little bit like this, right? Because we will have like some extension, so we just move it to something like this. There we go. And now we can just what should I do? Okay, first thing I'll do, I'll just make the tire, I guess. So we just extrude like this, and then select the edges like that, and then we scale it down. Let's look at the tire. It's like this thick, so do it halfway, right? No, we want it halfway like this. Yep. Just look at more pictures and you see how thick the tires are, and this is essentially what we need. So yep. And then we select this again and press extrude again, but we click immediately so that it applies, and then we scale it down to the like this for the thickness. There you go. And then we move along the x-axis until it hits the wheel edge like this. There we go. Oh wait, no, move, not extrude. Yeah, something like this. And now we have our tire basically. Maybe we scale it down a little bit, because the the corners of the wheels, not the corners, they like the inner edge of the tire. Actually, the texture includes like the rims as well. I'll show the textures in a future episode, and you will know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Okay, future TheMadeMan here, editing the video. Seems like I'm struggling to explain as I go a lot of time. So what I meant is that, let me just open up like a car Camry. Here, you see, right? Let's say this is the wheel, right? And this is the tire texture. and it actually goes like this. You know, when you map them, it includes this little white line, and this little white line is actually, you know, the outermost edge of the rims. So essentially, that's why the inner cord of the tire is thicker than the outer one, because it includes the rims. Okay, that's why I have it thicker than the outer one, basically. So yeah, back to the video. Here we go. Now we can, you know, delete the back faces, and then we just select these, duplicate, mirror on the x-axis, and we just grab them to the this. Also, don't forget to flip the normals, and then like all and merge and by distance so they connect together. Shade smooth so that we have, you know, proper tires, because they, as you can see, they're not like, and they are like curvy, of course. So you have to have this normal. So yeah. Also need to just remove the middle faces, and then we connect them. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the wheels I'm making. The wheel that I'm making is of course 3D. There are, of course, in the game, the 2D versions where they use textures instead, but today we use 3D because the wheel is not that complex. When it has like, you know, maybe like 12, 13 plus spokes or something, they usually use 2D textures because they are too like detailed to make it 3D. But if you have like, you know, 5 or something, it should be 3D. So yeah, that's what we're making. Now we have our tires done. We can make our rims. Of course, one of the things that you need here is obviously math. You have to do some calculations for the circle. So yeah, those who failed math school might not do well, and that's including me. So yep, just joking, by the way. You just need to use the calculator when you need to. Of course. Let's make the hub, I guess, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, now we have this little hub in the middle. We can now we're gonna expand them out to the spoke. So here we have like a 5-spoke wheel, right? So we have 360 degree for a circle math. So we divide it by 5, so that's around 72. Okay, 72 degrees. We just detach this from our car. There we go. And then, or just this, it should work with this one as well. 2 edges at the top and bottom. And then you press Shift S, and then you just cursor to select it. We have our 3D cursor here. And then we detach, duplicate, and then we detach, and we rotate by 70. Okay, well, select this little thing, rotate by 72. Oh, okay, I forgot. You also need to set origin of the wheel to 3D cursor. There we go. Do the same here. I guess for both of these wheel objects, we just remove the mirror modifier for now. So there we go. Then we rotate this thing 72 degrees. There we go. We have another one, rotate 72. Another one, rotate 72. And the last one, rotate by 72 degrees. And then we just, combine them together into one. And then we just, edit these like things to match the faces to match that they are new mesh. So yeah. Nice. Now we have our spokes. We just mark the edges sharp, of course. We have to do that. So let's mark them sharp. And now we just select the edges and then we extrude them into the wheel because we obviously only have the faces right now. We need to make them, well, you just call them 3D, I don't know. Extrude them inside, basically. Now that we have our kind of 3D spokes, we have to expand them out like this, of course. You see, they like have some kind of slope to them, so I'm gonna add this right now. I think I made a fatal mistake. I think I should have done this first before I rotate all 5, so I'm gonna redo them. So now we have this most of the wheel done. We need to make a little disc inside so we can make a brake disc, and we also have to close out the back. So yeah, make the little disc. I guess we can just make another circle inside. Around this big could work. And then we connect these little vertices together, top and bottom. Subdivide the middle to have a little thing in the middle, vertex in the middle. Then we just connect them again. And then now we just have to close the wheel. So we just select these 4 in the corners, and just we create a face. And then we need to rip with Y key, and so it doesn't connect with the outside. And then we scale it down a little bit like this, enough so it covers the wheel, but doesn't have holes and doesn't poke outside the wheels, the tires, I mean. And then we just move in a little bit like this, and there we go. Now this is basically the wheel that I just made. So yeah, that took a while, but I would say it came out pretty decent. So yeah, this is the wheel. All right, now that we have finished our wheels, we're getting close to our material stuff. But before that, you kinda have to look at your normals if there's any normals problem in your cars, especially places where you have like dries and stuff. So yeah, we can check it by going back to viewport shading, matcap. Let's use the studio light and turn on cavity. You have to turn that on and you look around. You see right here, it's like little triangle thing is messing up the normal. It looks, you can see the triangle right here, right? You mainly have to look for those, but you also have other places where it's not triangle, but they look weird, you know? Here's another one. You can see this little line that goes like this. It shouldn't be here, so. And here's another one. Here's another one, right? It looks darker than it should be. So, what you can do here is you can use a tool, sort of tool, called, you select a face, alternate end to normal menu, use face strength things to, try and you just try every single combination. It takes a while, okay? And yeah, you have to just adjust them and also go to the material settings and have the face influence on. So yeah, I took like 10 minutes, like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to fix these ones. So I found out that I marked these exact faces into what is it? Make them into strong faces. So let's follow them again because I cleared it out. So select them, and then this too, and then alternate end, face strength, strong. There we go. It's not perfect, I would say, but it looks a lot better than before. You see, when you turn this off, you see the triangles. Turn this on, face influence, and it should be maxed out. And then I also mark the roof here, this C or D C pillar, into the weak ones. You just try them, many combinations. But by default, every face is medium strength. So yeah, you don't need to try medium because everything's already medium. And you just mark this weak, and here we go. You see all the lines are gone, as you can see, and it looks a lot better than it should. But I have seen a lot of 90s cars, the curvy style cars, have problems where you just cannot solve the triangle normals thing. You just mark these sharp instead. But I want to keep the curvy look of the car, so I don't mark them sharp. So I leave it like this. Same with here. You can see this like little bit of triangle here where it shouldn't be. So I just then mark these ones as strong instead. There you go. It does look a lot better. So now we come to the front, and I figured out it's not even connected. This one, you have to spend a lot. You might have to spend a lot of time with this feature because, man, it takes a long time to just get it right. This is weak, right? Yeah, this should be weak, and you can clearly see the difference between not using the face strength tool. And yeah, you just look around the whole car and just mark weak, mark strong, and get them to look smooth like this. So that's great. Another thing about the normals is that you have to make sure that you have to mark sharp on all the panels and stuff, and like the lines, body lines, where they're like sharp, or like, we have the light holes like this, and the corners should be marked sharp, or like you see the grills and everything. Basically, if there's, let's say this is plastic, right? This is plastic, this is body paint, you should have them marked sharp right here. So that's essentially where you need to mark them, body lines and different materials and stuff. So yeah. Oh, we have another one of these little normal problem. I see. No. Mark strong. Yeah, okay, it looks better, but yeah, it looks a lot better. That's fine. What about this? Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just mark sharp on the body panels and body lines and different materials and stuff. And that's it. And now we're gonna save to a next file, file number 6, because now we're gonna be adding some differentiating the car with materials, so that you can see, oh, what part is plastic, what part is body color, and all that. So we can come here to the materials menu at the first one. Let's just call this paint because it's painted. Because by far the material that has the most faces is of course gonna be the paint. So yeah, you can also change the colors by coming down to viewport display and just pick a color that you desire. I'm just gonna pick some kind of light blue, I guess. I don't think Camry is in this color, but who cares? This is just a test, okay? We have this color now, and then we let's get a second material here. Let's say we want plastic, right? Plastic. We just make him, let's say, dark color, not completely black. Something like this. Plastic. Here we go. And then we just select the faces that we think should be plastic. Say, example, this line, this little place here, it should be plastic. So assign them. And there you go. You have this plastic thing. And essentially, you have to kind of repeat this for the whole car. Okay, that should be most of the plastic done. Now we make let's make a chrome one, right? Chrome be kind of gray, almost white kind of deal, something like this. So chrome on my car, at least, are like on the trims, like this. So we select them, assign. See here, you can start to see, kind of the outline of what material should be used on the car, and it looks a lot better. The car looks like an actual car with this materials thing. Here we go. I also forgot quite a few parts that are plastic, actually. Like the trims. I plan to make them plastic. I mean, on the real Camry, some of them, they are body color, but others are black plastic. I would like to make them plastic because, it kind of looks quite empty, So I just want to give it some kind of textures. So I just keep it plastic material. So yeah. Also, here, assign, nice. You can see some parts of the car coming together. I don't think there's any other part that is plastic, so I guess we can move to the lights, right? We have multiple types of lights in the car. Let's make the lights. Let's make the white one first. Let's just make him full white, like this. Let me select these ones that we want. Sign. Sign. Because remember, this one should be orange, so yeah. And then this is the reverse light, so it should be white. And also, by the way, side mirrors use the lights texture, so we also apply the lights material on this thing. And here we go. Now we have the white lights on. We make the orange ones for the indicators. Yep. Then go down. Pick the colors. That should do. Go back and then select these, and then we assign them. There we go. Orange. And then the front as well, I believe. And then these ones. No, just this two. Orange. There we go. And now we have the red lights, which is the brake and tail lights and all that. Yep, this is red. Select these and then make them red. Nice. And then we let's do the glass materials. You can make them transparent, but right now we have nothing inside, so it looks better to just leave him opaque. So let's make him glass, right? Glass. Let's make him not too dark, kind of gray, like this. And select them. We assign the new materials. There we go. It's pretty decent. I would like to just, before we go any further, make the plastic ones a little, more bright, because the next material is essentially like a general material where it's like it uses the very whole generic texture where it has no specular or reflections. So basically, it's a miscellaneous kind of material. So we call this ether. So this is how I differentiate the parts. At least other models have different methods of doing this, but this is how I do it. We just make them completely black. So this is what I'm talking about. These locations like this, where there's like supposed to be radiator or like grill textures, we assign ether on them. Yeah, something like this basically. We have this grill here. We also have the window seams. So you select the glass, just hide them for now. And yeah, you see these window seams, they also have to be generic textures, so we assign them to the ether categories. And assign the material, and now you can see that they are now assigned to ethers. There we go. And we can just show the mirror skin, alternate edge, and just there we go. Of course, you can just play around with this. You can maybe I can make this into, plastic to keep some difference, because the bumper is rather empty. Or you just don't give it and you just leave it like that. It's up to you. I would just make him plastic, I guess, because right now it looks kind of flat. I mean, the camera is full body color on the lower side, but I would like to just keep him plastic like this. Nice. Looks pretty decent. And now we also have the wheels, of course, but I would just use, the default ether for now, because they use very similar, materials. We don't need to make like separate kind of materials for now, because we're not going to be texturing them yet. We can change them later, essentially. So yeah, this is also ether. And these ones, the inside ones should be, we can use chrome, but of course real like rims probably alloy color, but it's a similar color. We don't need to make a new material for it. Okay, we can just also hide these ones and select all of these. There we go, and use the materials. Alternate edge to show everything, and there we go. Now we have our wheel. So yeah, that's looks pretty nice. And essentially, for this short episode, this is what we have now. And the next section will be about outside Blender. We're gonna be downloading a couple of softwares and extracting some textures for our car, right? So follow along. Okay, now we're at the browser stage where we'll be downloading a couple of softwares, install to your the computer, and extract some files from the game. So the first thing you need is Alci's IMG editor. I'll link him down in the description, of course. It's basically how you open the GTA3.img. So yeah, this. Then you have Magic.TXD, where it is essentially like you can open up the TXT files to extract the textures, because you will need this right now. So download them, install whatever it is, and then you go to Alci's IMG editor. So let's open up and just locate to your game folder, models folder, and GTA3.img. And now we're gonna extract a car that is similar to what you're making. So in this case, I'm gonna use the Primo because I believe it is also a Camry, just one generation older than what I'm making. So I'll use the Primo as a reference and textures and materials and stuff. So extract them to the folder, Blender folder, DFF, and then the TXD. There we go. And then we're gonna go to Magic.TXD, open, go to the game folder again, go to models, and then what folder? Generic, models, generic, vehicle.txt. And now we have all these textures where you can just click export, export all, PNG. Go to you're gonna create like a folder where the default San Andreas textures will be located. So I create the folder materials like this, and then you select the folder to extract them. I already have these extracted, so it looks like let me open. Oh wait, the window. Yeah, here is the other textures that I have extracted, and they are here in PNG form. So essentially, you do that, select folder to extract, and you have the textures for the generic vehicle. This folder this materials folder can just be shared between your project. You make a new one, you don't have to extract these textures. Okay. Meanwhile, you can go to the Blender folder for the project, go to the TXD of the car that you just took from GTA 3 IMG, and we will have the texture for the interior of our car. In this case, the Primo. So export PNG because we only have one. Export to the Blender folder because this won't be shared to other projects. We'll only be using this for the current project. So extract them here. There we go. You can see this. And yeah, this is essentially the episode 4 of our law-friendly cars Fast and Andreas series. So recapping again, today we created the wheels, we fixed the normals, add the materials, set up some folders, and download some tools for making the mods, and here's we have the car itself. So yeah, so like the video if this was beneficial to you, if it's good video, if you're modding, you're following along, consider subscribing to the channel, and also help me support me via Patreon, and check out my workshop, of course. And by the way, as a new to the channels, unfortunately this probably is the last video before I move back to the university, and that means less content. So this series will slow down a lot. Okay, so guys, bear with me. Okay, I will try my best to continue the series and finish this car because I love this, like Toyota Camry remake for San Andreas. I mean, of course, we all need them. They're everywhere in LA at that point in the 90s. So yeah, I need this. So I will try to make the videos as I go at the university. The quality will be lower because I'll be using a laptop, a smaller screen, and rendering will take a year probably per video. Nah, less than that, but it takes a while. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.